Hello everybody, my name is Kelsey Dady and I'll be demonstrating for you a sample workshop model following the ideas of how to build schema. So to start off, I would begin with a connection, and it might sound something like this. So how many of you have read a book and thought, hey, I know so much about this topic? Well, every day that we read something, we bring along our schema brain files. And these help us think about what we already know, what we're learning, and whether that matches what we've learned before and what we know. So today, boys and girls, I want to teach you that readers think about what they know before, during, and after they read. They activate their schema, they add new information, and they adjust what they know inside of their brain files as they read more and more. Now watch me as I give a sneak peek of this lovely book, Over in the Jungle. So I'm looking through this, and on the cover I see this animal that's hanging from a tree. Now, I know that monkeys live in trees, and that I'm pretty sure that they live in the jungle. So what I've done is I jotted down that monkeys live in the jungle. Since this is something that I already know, I'm going to open up my schema file and put it inside of what I think I know, because I'm pretty sure that monkeys live in the jungle. I'm also thinking about what I know about jungles, and I know that monkeys hang from trees. So I've jotted that idea down, and I'm putting it inside of my file because I bet that I'm going to learn more about it as I go, but I already know that. So boys and girls, do you see how I'm taking the things that I know and putting them inside of my file? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip through my book, and I'm going to see if this information matches it. So I know that inside of my book, there's a page that matches that cover picture. Here it is. So I'm looking at this page, and it says, over in the jungle, hanging from a heavy vine, lived a super slow sloth, and her little sloth's 9. Now I'm looking at this picture, and my thinking is changing because I thought at the beginning that those were monkeys hanging from the tree, but now that I read it, I see that they're actually sloths. So now I've learned that there's a new kind of an animal that lives inside of the rainforest. So I've jotted that idea down, that sloths also live in jungle trees. This book has already taught me something new. So I'm going to put this inside of my what I've learned or understand better category, and underneath, you see how it says filed in my brain? This is something that I know I want to remember because it's a new fact. This is something that readers can do during or after reading, and it's something that they could do with visuals of sketches, or they can be using a graphic organizer. Now, after I've read, I want to think about what information wasn't correct, because sometimes I'm realizing that what I thought I knew doesn't match what's inside of the book. So I have another part of my file called what I thought was true but was not. And you know what? It's okay if not everything is perfect, because we're here to learn anyway. That's what books are for. So originally, I thought that monkeys were the only animals that lived in trees in the jungle, but I found out after reading this book that sloths also live there too. So my thinking has changed. I'm going to put that on my what I thought was true but was not. And in fact, I could even move this monkeys live in the jungle. It doesn't really apply to what I thought originally over to my recycled thoughts. I can always come back to them and add more on, but these are here for me to remind myself that my thinking changes as I go. So that was an example of how I might teach this. Then I would have students go ahead and turn and talk with their neighbors using one of their own books. One partner would read or discuss the topic that they think they know about the story, and the other partner would jot or sketch those thinkings down. Then each child would get a file, and they'd have a chance to think about how that information changes as they read their books. I hope you enjoyed.